Hey guys, Jordan Hildwein here. Last video we dissected the chakras in all of the different levels and what they correlate to. In this video, we will be covering the hara. The hara, the metaphysical world, shows the importance of intention as a guide for behavior and for evaluating behavior. This is the level of our consciousness that holds our values, the foundation of our personalities, and guiding development as well as operations of our auric system. The hara refers to a center line of power with 3 points on it. The point over the head is seen as an inverted funnel, which represents our individualization out of the Godhead. Out of this point, we connect to the higher self, and it extends downward into the core of the earth. A second point on this line is found at the upper chest, which expresses our spiritual longing. It is our mission, our purpose, and the reason for our incarnations. It is connected to the soul. The third point is located just below the navel, and this center is the center of will. Now, to use the energy of the haric system requires clear intentions, specifically clear intentions. When there is clear intention, positive actions on the auric and physical levels are positive. When uncertainty and disconnect are present, the negative energies result. Not 100%, but most likely the results will be negative. Many people are in pain and do not realize it, and do not realize this results from not being in touch with the self. Now there's the core star level. This is the deepest dimension of our existence. The core star level, or divine essence, this is a beautiful star just above the navel on the center line. This is our essential nature, our individualistic reflection of the divine. It's the source of our perfection, goodness, wisdom, and love. This level is the source of our manifestation of the perfection of the Creator. It may not be at the moment able to be accessed, but it is always there. Spiritual enlightenment allows us to move towards it. It's this dimension that provides for the rest and allows us our energy and power. With this, the last topic here is a message, one for clarified simplification of the etheric bodies, the 9 bodies. The first body is the physical body. It is the most dense of all 9 bodies and resides in the 3rd dimensional frequency of the earth plane. It is considered to be the body temple and is the vehicle that transports the souls and all 8 higher bodies. It is created out of the thoughts, feelings, actions, and words of the individual who governs it. This body must learn discernment before it can connect to the higher electron frequencies in the auric field. The second body is the emotional body. This body includes an intricate system of energy fields that produces vibrational frequencies that affect both the mental and physical bodies. It is the source of power that moves the electron force when one is in alignment with the higher self. This body must learn discipline and independence and detach from all that is not a part of the perfect plan before it can unite with higher frequencies that surround it. Now, take into account, detach does not mean complete emotional detachment, but to learn the discipline and independence from things that weigh you down. Now, the third body is the mental body. This body receives the thought processes of the universal mind and processes the information through a filtering system which is located in the pineal gland of the brain. The mental body and mind are not the same. The mental body is the resonance field within the auric shield that collects the data and transfers them for use to other systems within the other 8 bodies. Mind is energy of divine force that surrounds the mental body. The highest form of communication that can be transmitted to the mental body comes in the form of symbols. And the highest symbols the mental body must integrate into its essence before it can unite with the higher frequencies surrounding it are the truth and service. Now, the 4th body is called the casual body. This electromagnetic field comprises a source of power that wraps itself around the lower 3 bodies for the purpose of shielding the lower bodies from harmful forces that exist on the astral plane. It is the veil, so to speak, and yet serves as a filter for higher thought forms that come through to enlighten the individual on the spiritual path. The casual body is the connecting link to the oversoul. It contains the power to merge the vibrational frequencies of the lower 3 bodies into a higher vibration, thus producing the foundation for the successful merging of the twin flame within that must be united before ascension can be realized. An understanding and commitment to one's greater mission in life must be absorbed into this body before the individual can advance on the spiritual path. Now, the 5th body is the higher mental body. This body guides the symbolism and force of the higher self to and through the lower bodies and states of consciousness. It is the part of the mental body that is connected to the heart of the divine, and that which directs life to evolve to higher states of existence. The higher mental body receives its messages from the higher self through a series of impulses sent down from the 7th dimension. One's ability to receive clear messages through the higher mental body is determined by the degree to which the casual body has absorbed the lower, discordant frequencies of the 3 bodies that exist below it. When all is in alignment, messages flow clearly, and the individual proceeds to fulfill the divine's will before the will of the ego. Obedience and courage to a higher purpose in life are the keys to master within this body before one can advance further. The 6th body is called the directional force body. This body directs or guides one's mission on Earth. The directional force body receives the flow of electrons from the higher self and deflects or transforms these signals in such a way that the lower bodies can interpret them. This body is connected to the higher thought forms of the universe and is more closely aligned with the individuals who reside on higher levels of spiritual mastery. This is also the body through which the ascended masters communicate. From the etheric through the 7th level of divine plane. Silence and devotion must be learned before this body aligns with the lower 5. And the 7th body is that of the higher self. This is the body that works to ensure that all alignments of the lower bodies are complete, even through the physical plane. The higher self contains the individual's light body and constitutes the oneness connection to the all. Some believe this body is synonymous with the level upon which the ascended masters reside, but many fall short in this understanding. The higher self is likened to the vehicle that can be used to transport the soul through the gateway to the dimension where the ascended masters reside. It is the perfected body of the divine, which awaits to take the individual home to the Creator's mansion of many rooms. But before one can integrate the higher self into the lower six bodies, service to humanity must be complete, and one's legacy must be left on Earth. In other words, one must be complete with their mission. The eighth body is called the energy vortex body. This body wraps itself around the lower seven bodies and keeps the individual connected to the planes of consciousness that provide higher guidance. It is a level of beingness that is beyond direct communication to the lower seven bodies. It is the body that is aligned with the guardian angels who so lovingly guide individuals on their paths. The energy vortex body constitutes the passageway for ascension, as it is the link between the higher self and the great central sun. For this body to merge with the lower seven bodies, light must permeate one's consciousness to such a degree that the third eye remains fully illumined at all times. Now, the ninth body is called the electron body. This body vibrates to the same degree as the etheric. And this body has the power to totally transform the lower eight bodies into light and perform the ascension process. The electron body provides the ultimate experience for the soul, which has toiled for so many lifetimes to reach home, the home of the ascended masters. And this body holds the prayers of the faithful and is the reason why you have come to earth. It is the ultimate. It is the all. With all of this, what is transformation? Transformation implies that the electronic frequency of an individual is altered. Total transformation includes altering one's consciousness as well. Humans can undergo physical, mental, and emotional changes, which can cause transformational changes, but if their consciousness is not in change with spirit, then the transformation is incomplete. Ultimate transformation includes an understanding of the integrations of universal laws and on the road to spiritual mastery. In this understanding, transformation then is complete, for this change of consciousness accelerates one's ascension into the ninth body or pure light body. When one ascends, all lower eight bodies are shed and transformation is complete. One cannot reach this state of enlightenment until all nine bodies are aligned in the heart of the divine energy and consciousness of the individual is divine realized. The subject of transformation is very important and is perceived on many levels. The first level concerns what is observed in the third dimension. Here, anyone can see and detect with the senses any pattern of change. Changes are measurable and can be recorded in documents. They can be permanent changes. The second kind of transformation occurs on the emotional level. Here one experiences events that change their vibrational frequencies to either a higher or lower state. And this is a state of mind which can and does affect not only the individual who is undergoing the change, but also those who are affected by the change. This kind of change is recorded in the Akashic records as lessons learned and is directly associated with the karmic paths. The third kind of transformation, and that with which this is directly concerned, is of the spiritual kind. Here transformation includes changes on a molecular level, when the enlightened divine presence is being absorbed into the lower bodies of the individual. This form of transformation not only affects consciousness, but also affects the physical, emotional, and mental bodies. And this state of being is likened to the harp in ethers, playing a beautiful harmonic melody. The enlightened being ascends into a frequency of love and light that sounds like the music the harp plays, and the ethers support this transition process. With this conclusion, these are simple tasks, but require concentration and discipline. Light is the divine force, energy that contains all intelligence. When we vibrate to this, it is what allows the power for healing, creation, manifestation, and transmutation. Thank you for listening. Please